Buckle up, Fairfield Prep. Today is Monday, October 26th, and we're here live in our sub-basement studios with your lead anchors, Patrick Godino and Gabe Aponte. This is the Monday Report.
Hi, you're looking pretty good today.
Yeah, well, you know what? I decided to go a little bit more casual this week.
Really?
First quarter's ended, so, loosening up a little bit. Yeah, why not? I advise you to do the same.
I don't know, I kind of like the jacket.
Alright, well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Monday Report. Let's get right into it. A little recap of last week. Gabe, take it away.
Last Thursday, Urban Plunge kicked off, and it ended on Saturday. We have a direct quote from Mr. Denby saying, "It was the hardest 3 days of his lives." Also, Tommy Fox, when all the kids were hungry, he put his own scraps on the floor and said, "Go fetch."
Okay, and might I point out, Mr. Denby said that was the hardest 3 days of his lives.
Of his lives.
Lives, plural.
Many lives.
We might want to look more into that.
We need
now that I hear that.
Maybe he's a cat.
Unfortunately, football suffered a tough 49-14 loss at North Haven last Friday, and an anonymous player, who will remain nameless, said it was not their best showing, but I'm sure they'll bounce back nicely next week.
Hopefully. Yet again, soccer played Hamden last Friday, and they won 3-1. It was an amazing victory.
It was indeed, and Crew had a regatta actually 2 Sundays ago. This is something we neglected last week, so we're very sorry about that, but Crew had a regatta in Philadelphia, so it was a big tournament for them, and medals were won, so congratulations on your victory.
Yep, keep up the good work.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the cross-country team.
So are you going to the Halloween thing this week?
I think so.
You are? Okay, yeah, because I think we were going to do something there. Alright, let's finish the episode first.
Oh, alright.
First quarter ended last Friday, so hopefully everyone did a great job, and grades will be posted this coming Friday on Net Classroom, so stay tuned for that.
The SAT, or not SAT, ACT,
Good.
Was last Saturday.
Good, you killed it.
So the alphabetical correctness test, and
I thought wasn't it the alphabetical cross-country test?
yeah, I think it was, but we already talked about cross-country.
That's true, we already dedicated our cross-country segment. Now we'd like to turn things over to Colin O'Callaghan. Is that right?
Han.
Sorry, there's a G, but the G is silent, not the H. Got it. Alright, let's try that again. Now I'd like to turn things over to Colin O'Callaghan, freshman, class of 2019. And he's going to give us this week's edition of Today in Prep History. And then we might even have a little side segment to that. So take it away, Colin.
What? Oh, we're being filmed. Hey, I'm Colin O'Callaghan, class of 2019 here at Fairfield Prep. In prep history, in the football season of 1972, we would always have a kazoo marching band come out to the field and play some very classic tunes with their astonishing appeal. One of the leaders of that group was Mr. Greg Marshall, the class of 1973. After his completion of college, he returned to prep as a Spanish teacher, and as of today, he's the Dean of Enrollment and Marketing. Now, we're going to go to Patrick and Gabe and talk to Mr. Marshall.
So inspired by this week's edition of Today in Prep History, we're going to go interview Mr. Marshall and find out a little bit more about the Fairfield Prep's Kazoo Marching Band. Let's go. We want to ask you about your experience with the Kazoo Marching Band in 1972 here at Prep.
Well, the kazoo drum and marching band was formed in the fall of 1972 in order to address the very important need that we as seniors at that time had ascertained due to the lack of an official marching band here at Prep. So some of the guys in the class spearheaded the effort to create entertainment during halftime at Prep home football games, which at that time were played at 1:30 in the afternoon because we didn't have lights on Alumni Field. Now we're Rafferty Stadium. So, the kazoo and drum marching band was formed, and those two instruments were chosen, I presume, because of ease of use. It doesn't take much to bang a drum, and it takes even less to be able to make a kazoo make noise. So we had several practices, and then we had our debut at a football game, and if you wait a second, I'll be able to give you a little bit more information. This will show you these were the formations that we practiced on the field, so that we would line up. The way it worked is, as you can see, we'll have a card with a group number inside that group. The members will assemble behind the goalpost 3 minutes before the conclusion of the half. We'll march out onto the field with the theme of Bridge Over River Kwai. Then an F and a P would form. And then we would do, I believe we did When the Saints Come Marching In, too.
Wow, that was very insightful. So I did not know that information existed. But
Neither did I, but apparently it was recorded in a book.
That's
what book was that?
the book. Yep. Another big segment we have this week is Man in the Student Life Center. This is something fun we did this week that we haven't done yet. I went around the Student Life Center and told the student body a bunch of facts that were not true.
Completely false.
But I posed them as if they were fact, and they were indeed going to happen next semester. So that being said, we got some of their reactions to these false facts. Let's play that clip.
You're all freshmen? Okay. So do you know who the Dean of Students is here? Who is he?
Dean Davis.
Dean Davis, right. Did you guys get the email that he's actually stepping down at the end of this semester? What do you guys think about that?
Man.
Wow. Surprised.
I like the time Mr. Davis served. I'll miss him.
Apparently he was offered another job and he's going to take that. It was really surprising. But yeah, I think there might be an email.
If it's a better job, then good for him.
Who do you think would be a good replacement? Is there anyone you'd nominate?
I think Mr. Dennis.
Mr. Reedy.
Mr. Reedy? I think that's a good choice. What about you guys? How do you feel that food will no longer be allowed here in the Student Life Center? What do you think about that?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they should do that.
Too much of a hectic thing, like bringing everything down there.
I don't really like that. I like it how it is right now.
You like it here? All right. They're saying since it's so messy all the time that they don't want to have to deal with that, so they're just going to move it all down there and use this more just for students. So do you think that's... But like they put a lot of money into making this into the new cafeteria, so how does that make you feel?
I don't really know because this is a little big. It's not big, but I don't really know.
How do you feel about changing the school colors to blue and white? Next semester, they're actually changing all of the colors.
I think we should stick to red since we had red so long.
Right, we've had red so long, and everything here is red. So that's what I don't understand. I think it's ridiculous. But if you actually go to the Mail website, they're already changing the colors. Like, it's all blue. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's crazy because everything is red. All the merchandise that everybody's bought for prep is red.
Right, that's a lot of people are frustrated about that. It's like now it's not an accurate representation of the school. What'd you say?
I said, I've bought a lot of red merchandise, too, for, Fairfield Prep. I bought a $40 tie for Fairfield Prep, last week.
Yeah.
So
Actually, that's what they're saying is you can't wear red ties anymore.
Most of my ties are red.
Like that you can't wear. Like next week you won't be able to wear that. Next week they're actually closing Xavier. There won't be any classes there because development is doing this big project. So they're actually going to have to double all the classes in Berkman's. What do you think about that?
That's going to be very contagious.
Instead of 25 kids, you're going to have 50 kids in a class. What do you think about that?
well, it's going to be hard to teach each individual kid. So when a kid has a problem, teacher's not going to be able to go right to them.
Do you guys know what the Monday Report is?
Yeah, I watch it all the time.
You watch it all the time? That's awesome. That's great.
I walk past that room all the time and these funny things in the window.
Really? That's great. So that's what this is for. That'll be in next week's episode. I'd also like to let you guys know that everything I just told you is not true. Yeah, none of that is true. We're just going around and saying stuff to people to see what they think. All right, but thank you guys for your time. You guys were great. Thank you.
Tradition of Excellence is the book.
Oh,
That's the book. That's the alternative title.
Yes.
There were two of them. First one I already mentioned.
So, upcoming in sports news, football will be playing Hamden again, because apparently we only
soccer.
play Hamden.
Yes, that's true. It's actually we have to play Hamden. One of the teams has to play Hamden each week.
So that will be happening this Friday on the 30th, and also soccer will be playing Xavier on the 26th.
That's today. It's senior night, so big night for them. In campus ministry news, Kairos for juniors and seniors. Your applications are due Friday for the November Kairos retreat. It's a great experience, so make sure you get those in if you're planning to attend.
I heard Grant Stone is leading.
He is.
Yeah, it would be great.
It will.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for adding that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So in other news, the Mother-Son event will be held the 29th, which is Thursday. It will be an amazing time for the freshmen and their parents to see a magician and have some delightful food.
Some delightful food.
Delightful.
Yep. This coming Friday is the annual trunk-or-treating event for seniors. This is when they are dismissed after third period at 10:40 for their senior barbecue, and then shortly after they will meet up with their students from Hall Elementary in Bridgeport. Now, let me ask you this, Gabe. Do they have classrooms at the school?
I believe it's only halls, so
Only
they call
halls.
them hall classes.
Right, so there's just corridors everywhere.
Exactly.
No
No
classrooms.
rooms.
Yeah, it's just the school's a bunch of straight lines.
Exactly.
It's like a Tetris game.
Pretty much.
So that's all we have for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, where would we be without the Model Train Club? They always keep us on track. So be sure to check us out on YouTube and follow us on Twitter. And remember, it's not just news.
It's news.
Have a great week, Fairfield Prep.